And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to South Boston as we get ready for Chase Race number 4 of Season 6 of the NNSCRA Oreo Truck Series. Yes, you heard right. This is South Boston Speedway. It's our first time ever coming to this racetrack. It's an exciting short track, almost kind of like a Martinsville, but not quite as low banked as Martinsville is. It's got a little bit more banking in the turns, and it's got a little bit more room too. We're going to see some good racing here tonight, I hope. And these drivers kind of were thrown for a curve, especially the chase drivers, because they didn't know until a couple of weeks ago that we were actually coming to this racetrack, so they had very little time to prepare. We'll see who was able to get their homework done best as far as which chaser is going to have the upper hand here tonight at South Boston. This is the Boston Marathon 200 that we're getting ready to run today. Lyndon Wright is going to sit on the pole position. Lyndon was pretty close to picking up a win. I believe it was back at, I think it was Atlanta. He was really close in the last few weeks, I remember, to almost getting the win. And Lyndon Wright going to try and do it by starting on the pole position. I think today track position is going to be key in who's going to win this race. So he starts on the pole position. Danny Wells, two-time winner, looking for his third win of the season. He'll line up on the outside of row number 1. Then you got Shawn Henley, his teammate, lining up there in the third position. Henley really needs some good runs, especially some momentum to help him in Mobile and Snickers Cup Series, where he seems to be struggling a little in those chases. And he'll start alongside of James Silverfox, who is also battling for championship over in Mobile and Snickers Cup Series. He'll look for a good run here tonight, kind of maybe get a little bit more of a learning experience of this racetrack. And then I believe it's Alex May going to be rolling off from the 5th position. Alex May, a former winner back at Atlanta. He'll look and try and pick up his second win of the season here tonight. I'm trying to look for chasers, and I'm not seeing very many. I see maybe one. I think I see only one chaser up there. Well, maybe two. I see Eric Burton rolling off from 9th place. Just ahead of him, maybe James McCloud in 7th. And I can't tell if it's Charles Jackson, Jacob Lawler, or Andy Timmons back behind Eric Burton, rolling off from what would be 11th place. But doesn't look like a whole lot of our chasers are starting up at the front. We'll have to see if that's going to be a problem for any of these drivers as far as them trying to get up to the front of the field, maybe win tonight's race, or at least get a good top 5 and keep themselves up in contention in the standings. Speaking of the standings, Andy Timmons comes in as the current points leader by 5 points over Dylan Poteet. Prudence Littlejohn is now 3rd in the points after she's had really good runs in the past few weeks. She is 3rd in points, 17 points out of the top spot. Dylan Young is 4th in the points. He is actually tied with Eric Burton. They're 4th and 5th, and they are 20 points out of the lead. Then it's Adam Chambers 6th in points. He is 27 points out. Trent Dunham is 7th in the standings, a total of 29 points back. James McCloud is 30 points back in the 8th position in points. 9th in points is Chris Dollerton. He is a total of 33 points back. Then it's going to be Noah Hart. He is a total of 43 points back. He's 10th in points. Austin LaPlante is 47 points back. And Jacob Lawler is last in the standings, a total of 50 points out of the top spot in standings already. This has actually been the series, really, where it seems like the points have spread out awfully quickly. So, really, it is go time for some of these drivers to try and get themselves back mathematically in contention for the championship. They're going to be hoping that drivers like Andy Timmons, Dylan Poteet, Prudence Littlejohn have trouble tonight, so maybe they have an opportunity to get back up there into next week's race and battle for the top spot in the standings. But we're ready to get these trucks rolling off. Pace car peels off. Here comes your starting lineup for today's race here, the Boston Marathon 200, live from South Boston Speedway, here tonight under the lights. Getting ready to go under the green flag. Pace truck peels off. Lyndon Wright gets ready to get underway. Let's see what these trucks are going to do tonight. Green flag is on. We're underway. 38 laps of racing await us here this evening. As Lyndon Wright in that inside line is going to get the top spot. Now Henley underneath his teammate for second place. And Henley's going to get a good run out of that corner. He may be able to get to the inside of Lyndon Wright through this corner. Look at Prudence Littlejohn. 3 wide for the lead. Littlejohn, Henley, and Lyndon Wright. They're 3 wide. Further back there too. And Littlejohn takes the lead. Whoa, she nearly gets the wall. So did Danny Wells. And Tyson Broad spins in front of the field, and Henley's collected. And Henley is up on his hood. Or on his side. Now he's on his hood. Now he's on his wheels. And Dougie Shears run to the back of him, but Henley was running so well. And apparently Tyson Broad spun up at the front of the field. Or up at the rear of the field. And the front of the field caught up to him. And where's Prudence Littlejohn? There she is. Oh my goodness, she's way back here in the middle of all this. Good heavens. Come on, guys, settle this out. There is Littlejohn. She is the leader. But good heavens. Ryan Acosta, Danny Wells, John Radigan, Brian James, they're all trying to find their way back around. And I think this happened with the lead lap cars catching up to the drivers on the tail end of the lead lap, and it just has created utter chaos here. I think Prudence Littlejohn is still the leader under the caution, but that's a tough break for Shawn Henley. Was running up there battling for the lead. Gets involved with a car that wasn't even up there at the front of the field. Was at the rear of the field. We're jumping back and looking at a replay now as hopefully NNSCRA will be able to get this whole thing settled as far as who's going to be where for this restart. Now here's a look at what happened right here. Mark Thomas and Tyson Broad going to make contact. Mark Thomas hit the wall pretty hard, kind of slingshot his car, and then Tyson Broad's car actually flipped backwards. It was heading the wrong way. I've never seen that before. And then Tyson backs his car up. He's being told those lead lap cars are coming. He's trying to get out of the way here as he pulls his car up to the high side. I think he might have been actually trying to turn his car around, but it's too little too late. And watch Henley. Nowhere to go. And that's a tough break for Shawn. And, oh man, Eric Burton, James McCloud, a couple of chasers playing with fire right there. Alex May got a little damage. But my goodness, they were playing with fire. And there's Mark Thomas upside down. So his car flipped over, obviously, too. And there's Shawn Henley up against the outside retaining wall after he just flat out nailed Tyson Broad. Unfortunately, his car lands on 4 wheels. And look at Jacob Lawler running around the outside along with Lyndon Wright, just barely squeezing through. Dougie Shears, though, runs into the back of the 88. But that is a tough break for Shawn Henley, who was running in second place at the time. Just wrong place, wrong time. And that's going to be something these drivers are going to have to contend with, apparently. These leaders, if somebody spins, it may take them some time to get going, and they got to slow down in a hurry once that caution flag is out. And apparently, Henley is the guinea pig tonight that's going to be kind of sending the message to those drivers, hey, there's a wreck, slow down. Well, finally, after a bit of confusion, NNSCRA has finally gotten these cars in line. Prudence Littlejohn is going to be the leader. Second is now John Radigan. Then you got Danny Wells in third. Fourth is Jeremy Mayer with Chris Dollerton up in fifth. Sixth place is going to be Charles Jackson, Pichu London seventh. James McCloud eighth. Ninth, Eric Burton, and James Silverfox is in 10th. Rest of our chasers, there's Jacob Lawler in 11th place. Got to go back here before you find Noah Hart in 19th. Andy Timmons, the points leaders, all the way back in 23rd with Austin Plant 24th. Green flag's back out. Then Dylan Young, Dylan Poteet in 25th and 26th. Trent Dunham back here, I think he's in 30th. Adam Chambers back in 33rd. As we go back to the front, John Radigan goes underneath Prudence Littlejohn for the lead. Drivers out after that incident are as follows. They are the cars of Shawn Henley, Mark Thomas, and Tyson Broad. So no chasers involved. Whoa, Radigan got loose there. And the caution's out again. Look out, leaders, look out! That was, I couldn't tell. There was a car that was disabled, though. And I think they all got past him. I wanted to say it was Stephen Pollard, but I don't think I would be incorrect in that assumption. Oh, wait, Danny. Whoa, Danny! Running into the back of the Brian James machine. How difficult is it for these leaders to not run into the back of these cars when they're stopped? Good heavens. But Danny Wells, two-time winner out in front right now. He is the leader. And I don't know who that car was. I wasn't able to really get a good look at it. They went by it too fast, so we'll jump back and look at a replay, get a good look of who it was that spun around and nearly collected several drivers, but everybody did a good job of avoiding him. Well, Kyle Thomas had some hard luck last week. And going to get some more right here. Contact with Emilio Navrat turns him down to the inside retaining wall. Navarrete then comes up, gets a piece of our winner from Thornton, DeMarco. That's actually going to spin him around too. And Emilio Navarrete and Kyle Thomas both going to find themselves up and into the outside retaining wall. And then watch the leaders. They're going to be coming in here pretty soon. Navarrete's able to get away. But Kyle Thomas is not quite so lucky. He just now gets his car going. And you're going to see, here comes Danny Wells and the leaders. And man, oh man, John Radigan. Nice evasive move to jump to the high side in order to avoid. But man, that could have been close. Whoa! Kyle Thomas coming down pit road and completely cut off Pichu London. And whoa, okay, teleports through the barrels. Alright. But that brings out our second caution. I'm expecting to see a lot of them tonight, I'll tell you, because these drivers, man, it's just so difficult for these drivers, short tracks, short tempers, not to get a sense of urgency and wanting to work their way to the front. But the caution flag is out. Let's go back to green once again. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing one more time. Danny Wells is the leader. Dollarton is now up to second place, so he's the highest running chaser right now. Third place is going to be John Radigan with Jeremy Mayer in fourth, and Prudence Littlejohn is up to fifth, and it's Jackson, London, Burton, McCloud, and Lawler, basically the same as it was before. I don't know if we're going to have anybody out of the race after this. I'll jump here and quickly look. Whoa, we just went to a car that was on pit road. I'm not sure who that was. But looks like Kyle Thomas is taking his car behind the wall as well now. The green flag is back out. Danny Wells going to get us back underway here, and he's looking for his third win of the season. Chris Dollarton behind him looking for his fourth win of the season. That would be the leading of any Truck Series driver for most wins in a single season. He gets to the inside. Here comes Dollarton to the lead, but for how long? John Radigan now gets the run, and Charles Jackson gets the wall along with Pichu London. That was at the front of the field, and that's going to spell out trouble. 3 wide here for second. The caution's out. Whoa! That was close. Jeremy Mayer, Danny Wells, and oh boy, look out! Ryan Acosta right in front of his teammate John Radigan, who is the leader. And that was nearly a wreck, and it looked like Pichu London was slowed up back here too. I know he got involved with Charles Jackson. Look out! Ryan Acosta runs into the back of Emilio Navarrete. But it looks like for the most part, the leaders are all good. They were able to let the cars on the tail end of the lead lap go. So it's going to be John Radigan, still the leader under the caution flag here, and we have actually, amazingly enough, reached the halfway point now under our third caution. Let's jump back and see what happened. I believe this was Charles Jackson and Pichu London getting together, and this was up inside the top 10. Well, here it was, coming off of turn number 2 right there. Pichu London just gets right into the left rear of Jackson, flat out spins him. Jackson's going to come back up the track. Fortunately, everybody's able to get by. But Pichu London, though, his car is still sideways, and everybody gets held up behind him. There's Dougie Shears, Lyndon Wright. Nick Bellardo going to get some contact out of this. I think Cody Lamas going to get some of it as he's caught in that inside line. And everybody trying to wait for the Geico Toyota to turn. Lyndon Wright doesn't want to wait. I think that might have been what was kind of having the leaders back there held up. Because, oh man, Austin LaPlante gets squeezed into the inside retaining wall there by the 13. And that's why Ryan Acosta and company were back here, because Pichu London just kept getting turned. He couldn't get his car right, and Dylan Young gets a piece of this too. So there's a few chasers getting a little bit, that was good, a little bit of cosmetic damage. And I saw Brian James on pit road. He might have been making a regularly scheduled stop. He might have short pitted here, knowing that these cautions are coming out. So we'll have to keep our eyes on the 15. But the caution flag is waving. Charles Jackson, Pichu London, the initial reason the caution coming out. A few other drivers sustaining damage, though, including Dougie Shears, Lyndon Wright, and possibly a few chasers in Austin LaPlante and Dylan Young. We'll find out as we head back to green. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. I saw a few other drivers coming down pit road. Alex May was one of them. Lots of front end damage on the Home Depot Toyota. As we'll look and see who's out of the race now after what just happened, and they are going to be the drivers of, looks like Brian James maybe was involved in something, because he's actually 4 laps down and maybe out of the race. Cody Lamas also is in trouble, as well as Charles Jackson and Dougie Shears. They are off the lead lap as well. John Radigan ready to get back underway, though. Dollarton, Wells, Mayer, McCloud, Burton, Lawler, Silver Fox, Duncan, and Sanford. That's the top 10 now as they waved off the green flag. We'll go green this next time around, so I think we can go back a little bit further in the running order. Max Russell lines up 11th, Nick Bellardo 12th, Noah Hart's 13th. There's Alex May in 14th place. Well, I guess it was Prudence Littlejohn that had the damage, because see, her hood is now missing. Zach Rogers is 15th, 16th Prudence Littlejohn. Dylan Poteet's up here in 17th. 18th Alex DeMarco, 19th Sean Galligan, and 20th place is Joshua Michaels. Where is Andy Timmons? There he is. Still 23rd place. Has not made up hardly any ground since the start of this race. He's got to get going here if he's going to keep his points lead. The green flag is back out here again on lap 23 of 38. We got ourselves a total of 16 to go as Dollerton back down to the inside again, but don't count out Danny Wells. Here comes Danny back to the inside. He's going to go to the inside line, look for the lead, and they kick the cautions out again, and someone had a wreck on pit road. Look out! Oh my goodness, how did Danny Wells slow down so quickly? Nearly took out Emilio Navarrete, and someone else is wrecking up ahead. Chris Dollerton is spun, and I think he got a little help from Lawler. And John Radigan going to let all those guys have all that mayhem behind him. What in the world? What are those cars doing? Okay, that's really weird, but okay. Let's see. Emilio Navarrete was involved. Oh, Jeremy Mayer's got some damage, and he was up inside the top 5. Dollerton's on pit road, and there's the points leader, Andy Timmons. He's damaged, as Cody Lummis has got the shakes. Maybe the Harlem Shakes, I don't know. But anyway, the caution flag is out. There's a couple chasers on pit road, including Andy Timmons, Chris Dollerton, and Adam Chambers. And that could play out big into tonight's event. As far as the point standings, John Radigan is still the leader. Let's look back at a replay of what happened. Well, here's what brought the caution out. Andy Timmons apparently had some damage, wanted to come down pit road, or else it was a regular scheduled stop, but he's going to hit the barrels right there. Hard impact. And then we got to jump to the 78 of Emilio Navarrete. He got contact with Pichu London, gets turned down on the inside retaining wall. Both those drivers had been involved in an incident earlier on this evening. Navarrete's car took a hard lick, and he's going to pound the inside retaining wall pretty doggone hard. And then watch right here. Danny Wells, I don't know how he slowed down, but watch him come here, and he just on a dime slams the brakes and somehow was able to slow his car down. But we got to jump up here to Chris Dollerton because something happens to him, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. Oh, my word! What happened to the 77 of Lyndon Wright? We got to find out. Lyndon Wright's up. Oh, there's the Kyle Corbett machine up ahead, too. And Pichu London's over here. Was this the incident with... No, it couldn't have been. Holy cow. This was back around 20th position. Corbett just squeezes Lyndon Wright into the wall. Both those cars going to go flipping over. Lyndon Wright riding the outside retaining wall. Kyle Corbett over and on his roof. And I think Corbett is going to end up getting hit upside down by Pichu London right here. Let's see. The 13's coming. Nails the 17. Flips him back on all 4 wheels. So that was awfully nice of him to do. But then you see the leaders back there coming up on Lyndon Wright, Dollerton, and Radigan. Jeremy Mayer, I don't think, slows down. He runs into the back. That's where Mayer got his damage, I think. And then Dollerton and company, they're going to come up here and encounter Pichu London and Kyle Corbett. And Dollerton, yeah, with the right front, he gets in to Kyle Corbett, and I think Lawler got a little bit of damage too. So now chasers are starting to find out South Boston's not going to play nice. How are they going to, I don't know, in these closing stages, how are they going to be able to conquer this track? Well, amidst all the chaos that has happened, one driver's been able to stay out in front of it all, and that's been John Radigan. So right now, he is sitting pretty as we'll get the green flag with a total of 9 laps to go. This next time around, Jacob Lawler's now up to second. Third place is Eric Burton. Lyndon Wright somehow is still running, but he's a lap down in 27th. Fourth place is going to be Danny Wells. Fifth, William Duncan. And sixth, Charles Sanford. Seventh is James Silverfox with Nick Bellardo in 8th. Ninth is Max Russell, and James McCloud now runs in the 10th position. But we have a few chasers that are actually out of the race now as the green flag's back out, and those chasers are going to include the following. Adam Chambers is out of the race. Andy Timmons is out of the race. Chris Dollerton is out of the race. Also Kyle Corbett, Emilio Navarrete, Pichu London, and Stephen Pollard III. As here comes Eric Burton 3 wide. Eric Burton, a 2-time winner of the season. Jeremy Mayer has wrecked on the entrance to pit road, but they're not throwing a caution for that one. Burton continues to lead. Here's Radigan now back to the inside line. Lawler still there as well. Here come Nick Bellardo, Sanford, Silverfox. Some drivers we haven't even seen up at the front yet. Could be players in the thing before it's all over. But John Radigan continues to lead. Here comes Lawler now to the inside. Lawler does not have a win this season, and he is dead last in points. If ever a driver needed a good run, it would be Jacob Lawler here now tonight. But Eric Burton now back to the inside line. His last win came in Arizona. Got him wild. Goes one. Danny Wells is spun, and someone is flipped. Caution flag! And that may do it! Eric Burton leads under the caution. A total of 4 laps to go. I don't know if we get back for a 1-lap shootout, but that may have done it as more cars are there. Sanford's actually caught up on the pit wall there. His car is stuck. Oh, I guess he's teleported to pit road already. Danny Wells' car ended up spinning up, but somebody flew in the air, and I'm not sure which car it was. It might have been Silver Fox, actually, because he's on pit road. Oh, Noah Hart's got damage after the car's backing up here. So does James McCloud. So does Dylan Young. Dylan Poteet working his way underneath some drivers. Nick Bellardo's coming to pit road. And there is the current leader, Eric Burton. Now, Burton comes into this race 5th in points. He's a 2-time winner. He's only 20 points out of the top spot. We're going to have to see what the end result's going to be. If Eric Burton's going to win this thing under caution, I think he could, because when we come around here now to the stripe, there's going to be 2 to go, and I don't think we'll get back to green anytime soon. We've got to find second place. Where is he? Oh, Jacob Lawler is back there. Come on, Jacob, catch up. But the caution flag's out. We got to see what happened to Silver Fox and Danny Wells. Silver Fox went for a wild fly. Let's take a look, see if we can find out where this initially started. They were 3 wide back there behind Silver Fox, Charles Sanford, Danny Wells, and Nick Bellardo. They then carried their 3 wide battle over here to Silver Fox, and Sanford just goes up into the 4, and look at the 4 up and into the air. There's where Bellardo got his damage as well. And, man, Sanford hard into the wall. There's McCloud, rather, caught in the inside line on that pit wall. That's where he got his damage. But Silver Fox, he started flying in the air all the way back in the exit of turn 2. He was still flipping it in the air down to the entrance of turn 3. That is a wild ride for James Silver Fox. And there you see Sanford. Sanford gets flipped up on his side by, I think that was McCloud. Can we jump back to him? And then watch how he's going to get left, the 45. McCloud's going to get by, and the 45, look at that, gets himself caught up there on the pit wall. My goodness. Unbelievable. This racetrack is absolutely mayhem causing, and I'll tell you, it's causing a lot of problems for chasers here in the closing stages, but one chaser may go to victory lane. That may be Eric Burton. Let's jump back for the checkers. Well, what a season it has been for one Eric Burton. It basically, at the beginning of the season, looked like there was absolutely no opportunity for him to make the chase for the championship. He had 1 win heading into the regular season finale at Arizona. He won that race. It clinched him a wild card position, and now he's looking like he may be making a supreme case for himself as far as being the Season 6 Oreo Truck Series champion. As he comes out of Turn 4 for the final time, 3rd win of the season for the Budweiser Chevrolet, Eric Burton will win the Boston Marathon 200 here tonight at South Boston Speedway. And Eric Burton was really not even one of the drivers talked about at the beginning of the race, even really through the majority of this race. It wasn't until the very end that we started talking about him. And boy, has he come on strong in the last few weeks. Ended up winning about 4 weeks ago at Arizona. Wins here today, or tonight I should say, at South Boston, and he's pretty much done it all. He's won at a speedway, he's won here at a short track, and Eric Burton making a really good case for himself as he pulls in, ironically, into the start-finish line pit stall. And Nick Bellardo, Charles Jackson, Dougie Shears continue to do the Harlem Shake on pit road, but never mind. Eric Burton is your winner today, and this is going to be huge for Burton because he came in 5th in the chase points, and he came only 20 points back from Andy Timmons, who we know got involved in an incident tonight, and I think was out of the race at the end of this thing. So we're going to take a look now at our official top 10. It was certainly a race of survival here tonight. Certainly a pretty good race, I think, in its debut in the NNSCRA. But Eric Burton with the win. John Radigan going to finish in 2nd. Then a chaser in Jacob Lawler in 3rd. He really needed a good run tonight, did Lawler. He came in 50 points back from the top position in points. Dead last in the chase, and he really got the run he needed tonight. William Duncan, nice run for him in 4th. Zach Rogers gets 5th. Dylan Young, Dylan Poteet, and Prunes Littlejohn, some chasers finishing 6th, 7th, and 8th, so good runs for them. I believe Poteet may actually take the points lead away from Andy Timmons tonight. We'll have to find out in a moment. Then you got Alex DeMarco, great run for him in 9th, and Austin LaPlante's going to be a chaser. They'll finish in the top 10 as well. Another driver like Lawler, doing very poor in the standings in the chase days, really need a good run tonight. That top 10 could be a little glimmer of hope there for the 6th team. Let's find out where the rest of our chasers actually officially finished this race. Trent Dunham, didn't talk about him hardly all night. We know he didn't get a good qualifying result, but he was able to work his way up to 12th for the finish of this evening's race. Looking further down, you find James McCloud. He finished in the 20th position. Then you look even further down, you find Noah Hart. He encountered some problems this evening. He'll finish in 25th place. Chris Dollerton out of the race in 28th. As you look further down, Andy Timmons, the guy who came in as the points leader, finishes 32nd. Obviously, Dylan Poteet will be the new points leader heading next week's race with the extremely poor finish Andy Timmons sustained tonight. Adam Chambers also DNF'd in 34th place. And looking further down, I believe there was another chaser that finished out of the race. And nope, apparently I'm wrong. All right, so I think we gave you basically everybody of the chasers that where they finished. I'm looking here through the chase just to make sure that there wasn't a driver I missed, and it doesn't appear to be. So Eric Burton making a case for himself. Let me see here. If Eric Burton ended up winning tonight, he gets the 5 bonus points, plus he also finished 6 positions ahead of Dylan Poteet. That would be about 11 points he would make up on Poteet, and he came in only 13 points behind Dylan Poteet. So he would be only, I think, about 2 points behind Dylan Poteet for the points lead now with his 3rd win of the season. So Eric Burton, as we said in the Snickers Cup Series race with Tim Walsh's win last week, new hound in the race here in the chase for the championship as far as the Oreo Truck Series is concerned. But congratulations to Eric Burton. He ties James McCloud and Chris Dollerton as 3-time winner here this season. The question is, will one of those 3 become the first ever 4-time winner of a single season in Truck Series history? We still got a lot of racing to go here in the chase as we're only on chase race number 4, and we still got a race weekend to complete here at South Boston. We got a Mobile Cup Series chase race and a Snickers Cup Series chase race that will be coming your way. Hope you guys enjoyed this evening's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to Club Today. Here comes your official feature results, overall points, standings, purchase points, and chase points heading into next week's race, which I believe is coming from Iowa. Without further ado, folks, here comes everything you need to know. I am out. Here they come off the final corner, and oh, it was John Zinedino, the leader! Zinedino, the pole sitter. There goes Madison Saber off! There goes Ralph Mason, second in points off!